Recording. Start streaming. Why did my computer go to ding?
Because it's Sunday. That's a
Okay.
nice way to go live.
So, hey guys, what's up? Hey, welcome to week 11, show 11 of the What Are You Doing Now? Or no, What Are You Drinking Now? I'm just all messed up tonight.
Yeah, we're taking a break from drinking tonight.
It
We're
must
going
have
to talk
Dragons
about
and yum-yums from Dogfish. It's blowing my mind.
Must have been that afternoon nap I took, that power nap.
Yeah, we're taking a break this week, just asking each other what we're doing.
What are you doing now?
Yeah, what are you doing?
So, this is week 11 of What Are You Drinking Now here at the office. I do want to say, I want to let you guys know, there are people watching, not necessarily right now, but they are watching our videos.
YouTube subscribership is up.
I went to a local winery tasting room in Southport, and I walked in the door, and somebody said, "Hey Rob, what are you drinking now?" I was like,
Oh, wow. Called out.
Yeah. And they asked me if there was any more than 10 shows. They can only find 9 of them. I kind of laughed. I said, yeah, you had to be there from the beginning. Remember the mysterious missing show?
Oh, yeah.
That was only on Twitch.
Did someone actually see it?
No, he didn't see it. He asked where it was.
Oh, he just wants
Was that the week our Canadian buddy was on?
Might have been. That
was just last week. Was A.
Yeah, A was not too.
Oh man, I lose track.
So yeah,
he was awesome.
That was the missing episode was the one where we were only Twitch streaming and forgot to hit record.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah, that was really good. Anyway, so Josh, what's your palate cleanser tonight?
I've got the Dead Rise from
Flying Dog.
Flying Dog. Wow, I blanked on that one. That's from Baltimore, Maryland, the land of crab cakes.
That one is coming to the end of season.
So you gotta get it in while it is.
That is a summer ale.
It's got Old Bay in it, so you know it's good.
We lost Nick for a minute. He suddenly had an inspiration in his eyes and moved. So I'm drinking the Work Hands from Fortnite. It's a wheat ale. It's solid. It's nothing spectacular, but it's solid. It's a nice, I think, palate cleanser. It's even.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good palate cleanser. Dead Rise, even though it's got Old Bay in it, is relatively smooth, light, easy.
What you got on your palate cleanser?
Well, I thought my palate cleanser was going to be Dragons and Yum-Yums. This beer is fantastic. I'm almost secretly wishing I put it on the review, but talking with the guys, everybody had already had one today. Or was
I had
one.
I was actually kind of looking forward to it for you.
That's
why I put it back in the case, because I figured one of you would be picking it for review. I do know what Josh is.
I'm not going to take it for my palate cleanser tonight. It's a little bit much for a palate cleanser. I'm going to keep it on the side though. I got that wrong.
That is my phone notifying me that we're live now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
By the way, would you turn your cell phone notifications off, guys? This is kind of a...
Mine's off. I've got it on
weird
silent.
ourselves out. I'm not turning... Nobody's calling me. Don't worry.
I just thought that nobody cares about me enough.
Actually, Local Brews and Local Crews didn't get a sponsor tonight, so I bought myself a Signal Fire, and I wanted to tell you about Nicholas Jr. Home and Property Services. Let me tell you, we do a fabulous job out there. Maintenance and repair needs for home and property services. Got reference, I'll tell you.
No, he does a decent job. We haven't been disappointed.
Hey, listen, we get the job done. That's my thing.
If you need somebody to make a lot of noise, that's the man.
We did some stuff yesterday, but hey, I'm just showing you guys how it's done. That's Local Brews, Local Crews, local businesses calling out. They're gonna buy beer and make me, holler about their business. The better the beer, the better the price. Hey, the longer I'll talk about it, man.
So, with that being the price it is, let's move on to your beer.
I know, right? I didn't buy me much time.
Since yours is the only one I don't know about.
Oh yeah, you're gonna like this. Speaking of Local Crews and Local Brews and whatnot, you're gonna love this. But this is not a local.
Okay, well, then let me say something.
Because being on the tasting,
Oh,
yeah. I think we're gonna enjoy this. I heard that maybe you guys had tried one of these before.
I have not had that yet. I really wanted that one.
I thought this would be a nice one to really just try out and get get out there on the tasting for everybody. So I'm gonna try to get a label shot for you guys. It's called Two Lights, Allagash Brewing. They're out of Maine. I'll give you Portland, Maine, to be Pacific,
About
to be Atlantic about
the
it.
Pacific Atlantic. About the furthest north that we've had as far as breweries, I think.
Got a lot of Mainers down here, especially in the winter. That's when the Mainers love getting down here. So they're always happy to see Allagash and blueberry and all these different tastes. This one I really dig though. This is Two Lights, beer brewed with Sauvignon Blanc, fermented with lager and champagne yeast. And
There's a story somewhere on the bottle on why they call it Two Lights. I can't remember exactly what it is.
So yeah, I'm interested to see why Sauvignon Blanc must is going to do with beer. I remember having a while back a Merlot styled like IPA or something,
So it's like what, Sauv Blanc must and champagne yeast.
and lager yeast. Yeah, champagne and lager.
I can smell the champagne yeast and the Sauv Blanc must.
Yeah, the Sauvignon Blanc definitely gives it a floral
The
fruitiness.
tasting note they provided on the bottle is more like a wine tasting note. So I feel like I'll let Rob read bottles since he's always loving doing that. 6.7 by volume in the 12-ounce bottle. Priced at $4.25 at the office.
So the taste notes they list
yeah,
are
it smells like a wine over the top. That's awesome.
pear, grape, and citrus notes. Let me get my reading glasses on. All these,
Smells like champagne made with Sauv Blanc.
all this ode to summer, fermented with lager and champagne yeast. Two Lights combines a crisp beer with the snappy spritz of a freshly picked grape.
Yeah, there's a fruitiness on it, but it's definitely a dry finish. Just at least on that first set, I was left with like a dry palate.
That's really good.
Is it do beer mouthfeel? Like the Sauvignon Blanc mouthfeel comes through. Like it's pretty
definitely
awesome.
But it's definitely got that thickness and the body of the malt. Like it really comes through with that kind of heavier mouthfeel than a wine.
What's your take
The
on that
acidity-
chemistry?
The acidity is far lower than the wine, obviously, because it's beer. But that's tasty right there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing I'm noticing that I find interesting. A lot of beers these days, I don't get these legs. They're
It's
just-
got beer legs.
No, it's got, to me, spritzy wine bubbles.
Yeah. Well, champagne yeast gives what was gone? Oh, tiny bubbles. Yeah.
But I don't see that in beers a lot these days.
No, I mean this is a spritzy.
Unless you have like nitro or something. Yeah.
I'd say this is probably bottle conditioned. I mean, it may not be.
Maybe
but
that's when they pitched the champagne yeast, is for the bottling.
to give it that champagne, that true champagne
I'm
feel.
trying to catch what the bottom of this really looks like, and it looks like I stopped myself short on the bottom pour. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do this since Rob's bringing up particulates and we're talking about bottle conditioning. I'm just going to do us a favor and let's see what comes out. Okay, and it's definitely some cloudiness
Oh yeah,
associated with the bubbles.
that's bottle conditioned right
And
there.
so that's
no
a
doubt.
very good indication. Plus the must in there, and look how it's just hanging in it. So that's yeast culture. I'm going to enjoy this. Sleep good tonight.
Oh yeah.
Nick's trying to kick his.
To anyone who
allergies
thinks
in.
I just ruined the beer, I doubt it. They put it all in the bottle, so I'm going to put it all
I've
in
run
my
across
glass.
a couple of local breweries that not only do they bottle condition, they do bottles, but they keg condition. So instead of actually force carving the kegs, they'll bottle condition the keg.
Have you guys heard about the exploding beers out there? Watch out.
Lakefront? Oh yeah. Well, Lakefront, not a bad brewery, but every brewery has done that.
I was gonna say we had some cans on the shelf last year that literally
I am surprised this is like
8 to 12
national
of them
news.
blew
Like,
up on the shelf, and one blew up in the distributor's car as he was taking it back.
So fresh microbrew beers, sometimes we skip pasteurization, and now that canning is popular, it'll happen with bottles too, but you basically could have continuing fermentation.
Yeah, if you don't kill the yeast off at some point, the yeast will still keep doing its thing, and yeast will eat sugar and poot CO2 and let loose on some alcohol.
Yeah, it doesn't stop just because
We
you're
might
looking
have
at
to
the
invite a brewer in sometime for one of these help us out with these chemistry lessons.
I got a couple I could call.
Cool. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Back to
special
that,
guest.
I feel like I have to remind myself I'm talking about beer drinking 2 lights.
Yeah, I definitely the nose on it has a very
Like, are we on the wine section?
wine
here?
aromatic, yeah. It's also, even though it's got that creamy malt to it, it's light.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it tastes like the Allagash White with Sauvignon Blanc
It's-
Must and champagne.
2 lights, yeah. So it's like a pale, a white, and then it's a white wine, a light. So 2 lights, 2 lighthouses, Allagash, Mid Coast, you know, whole thing here. Here's my question: is this the great compromise? Does the beer drinker like this? Does the wine drinker like this? We can hang out at the same party and have the same drink.
I think beer drinkers will like this more than wine drinkers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. People who like wine but don't like beer, they're not gonna gravitate towards this just because it's got the
It's
wine.
because that malt body. That-
Yeah.
Still a cool party beer.
It's
though.
I think a lot of
I mean,
it's a
you
texture.
might get them to try it.
You sprinkle
and
a
be
couple
like,
of these in your sixer for the Labor Day cookout. I think they'll hit. Somebody's gonna want a half a glass.
This is a really cool beer. I think this one would really shine through if you're gonna do a beer and food pairing, because this just reeks of like pairing it with something.
On that note, what would
I do
you
like the
pair?
clarity.
I would go for, honestly, with this one, man, I'd go for grilled fish, like white fish, not salmon, nothing fatty like that. Maybe trigger. I'd go for
Didn't
trigger.
like the last of that one.
It's just I don't want to contaminate it.
Trigger with like a lemon oil base, like
So-
sauce, like where we do like olive oil based sauce.
Trigger's coming in. That's a good call. Local
I haven't
catch.
eaten trigger fish in a long time. I know it's good.
Wasn't that somebody's horse trigger?
Triggerfish.
Triggerfish. Okay, I was gonna
Because
say.
it's
I was gonna say eating horse in the United
Pole's
States
nice
is illegal.
late season.
Yeah, eating horses in the United States is illegal, but we do sell horses to countries.
Rob
that
wants
eat
to go to Naples and eat old race horses
I
for
didn't
anybody
say
who
anything about
wants
that.
to hook them up.
I just said. I just
Tell us about
asked if
your,
trigger was a horse and
Tell us the last time you ate some
why you're bringing
caballo.
trigger into eating.
You know,
If anybody is into the chat room today, please let us know if you would eat a horse.
yeah. I feel like after that beer, I'd get hungry enough to eat a horse. Old pun. And, you guys ruined that phrase for me.
I feel after
They eat
that.
raw horse in Japan.
I feel after talking about eating a horse, we need to move on to the next beer.
It's called bashishi.
The horse is straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, it's like raw horse meat.
Josh, what are you drinking now?
Your Japanese translations get a little rough.
So
Any viewers in Japan? I hope it's
Josh
not
is
that.
being basic white girl.
I am a
Sushi
basic
bracelet.
white girl today because I'm going with the Pumpkin from Southern Tier. Guess what? You know what? The only thing I can think of in August is how much I just want to eat pumpkin pie.
See, now I'm gonna back off on Josh because honestly, I actually went and picked the other pumpkin beer out of the cooler for my palate cleanser, and he called me basic white bitch, and so I put it back and got the work hands. So I need to feel a little manly after that comment.
No, I'm going basic white girl today. Drinking the pumpkin spiced beer, the Southern Tier pumpkin.
This is an imperial.
It's a standard pumpkin. Everyone sees this not everywhere, but it comes out every year. You can find it if you know
This
what you're
is
looking for.
the standard that they're going after now, or this is the flagship, I guess, of the pumpkin beers.
That and the Dogfish pumpkin, which is the other one you guys have.
Yeah, we were supposed to get the Warlock from these guys, but it's currently out of market. Hopefully next week.
Warlock is that's a different beast.
So
it's a stout pumpkin.
in
I
the
think it's
pumpkin
much
in the
better.
pumpkin beer world, which I'm very happy because it means fall's coming. And I'm getting reminiscent. I'm thinking of back to school times
Yeah, we're right
already.
that.
I'm thinking of drunken Halloween parties, even right back to carbon pumpkins.
Okay, that's.
But these things either come off like they were beer brewed with pumpkin squash, or they're beer intended to taste like pumpkin pie. So you guys let me know what you think.
Well, this says on the bottle that it's imperial pumpkin. Well,
Pumpkin pie in a glass.
yeah, pumpkin pie in a glass,
So that's what they're going for.
which is what's on the nose.
It smells like pumpkin pie.
Yep. It's
but
got
I would
that-
say it smells like cold pumpkin pie, not like warm pumpkin pie.
Okay. Pumpkin pie with
Leftovers, like pumpkin pie leftovers, like because you were too drunk to come to dinner.
It smells like the good, it smells like the good ones from the good grocery store, not the cheap ones from the bad grocery store.
But it's got whipped cream on it.
It does have whipped cream.
Correction, I believe it's Cool Whip.
Cool Whip, yeah.
I'm just gonna get it back
I'd say it's more like Ready Whip.
because I don't really get the full milky taste, but I got somehow this creaminess and the sweetness of cream, but just the hollow. It didn't have like it wasn't full fatted milk cream.
So
That's actually pretty good.
if I'm gonna have a beer that tastes like pumpkin pie, I'm drinking it.
I mean, yeah, this is pretty
It's
good.
low on the spices. I feel like I could still have an autumn ale after I have a slice of the pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah.
You know, and still enjoy that separately.
There have definitely been a couple of years where I felt like I was drinking the smell of the Yankee Candle store.
Oh, can we talk about the malt on this a little bit? Just like how rich that malt really is. And this is virtually a bronze looking imperial.
It's it's like golden bronze kind of.
Belgian strong, Belgian bronze. Belgian
So that malt is definitely bringing out the sweetness.
It might look light. This is not a light beer. This is not light at all in any stretch of the word.
I will say that I believe that based on this batch this year is lighter in color than last year's batch.
I think it is.
Last year's batch was a little more bronze.
Remember when beer had bubbles in it? This thing's like barely bubbling anymore.
What's the ABV on that again, Josh?
That is 8.6%. So this is also not one that you're going.
So
Not
they
one
didn't
that
go-
you should drink 6 of in a sitting.
They didn't go full 9. I think in the past they did have a.
They've had
Beer
9, they've had
beer.
9.5s. The
Okay.
Warlock is like 10.5. It's the bad.
We were looking for it, unavailable.
Yeah,
Holler.
the Warlock
Hopefully
is
next
Bad
week.
Boss Daddy.
I will say this: you probably shouldn't drink 6 of these at 8.6. You probably can easily drink 6 of these.
You could.
and regret it in the morning.
They do
because
sit heavy.
It does not have
But-
a boozy taste.
It doesn't, and it tastes really good. And I could see myself sitting down, having a few of these, and forgetting how many I've had. And then, but you would hate yourself in the morning. I mean,
So-
this is a sweet beer. This is not a bitter beer.
So that's like the morning you wake up. Hey, welcome to the room. By the way,
I believe we're getting
you think
trolled from the lobby. No pumpkin before 70 degrees. We're just told.
that's harsh. Well, that's a problem in North Carolina because it's not going to be 70 till like December.
Yeah, I'm going to be in shorts at Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good old North Kakalaki, man.
Where was I going with that? Who
You
cares?
know
Oh,
what?
I know what it is. This is the kind of beer that after the Halloween party, you're like, who stole that beer from my 6-pack? And you realize you got 6 bottle caps in your pocket of pumpkin ale.
Yeah.
You
You accidentally drank all 6 at the party and are blaming somebody else.
So
I've never done that. I've never done that once.
next time I drink one of these, I'm gonna go order a apple brie ever after with that turkey and that cranberry
You're just gonna
sauce.
Thanksgiving dinner here at the
Yeah,
office.
and then I'm gonna have dessert here.
What's
You know what I think we should
what's
do?
the
We
price
should-
tag hitting on that? It's up on your bottle cap. Rob's doing
I
bottle
think it's
caps now.
Five. I mean, that's a solid price for this.
That's what it was last year. They did not go up in price.
It's a limited release. It's one of the best pumpkin beers out there. I can't say for a fact it's the best one. 'Cause there are a lot of people doing like
I'm
really
enjoying
good
it.
pumpkin beers, but it is by and far one of the best. And it's
This is not a spiced ale. This is a pumpkin pie imperial ale.
this is an ale with natural flavors added. So it's not a spiced ale. It's
I
like
mean,
brewed with like they got it. They got this.
They say it right on the bottle. It is pumpkin pie in a bottle.
You
No,
guys
we
get
should
the
do- we should
nuttiness on
pair
the
this-
nose as you finish.
What
Just
if
get
you
deeper
pair
into
this
the malt.
with pumpkin pie?
Ugh.
Will you explode?
I think it'd be overkill, and you.
Well, you know when they're like, do you want the apple pie or the pumpkin pie or the pecan pie? You say, I'll take the apple and the pecan, and you drink a pumpkin.
There we go. So we're gonna pair apple pies with
Who
pumpkin pie
eats
beer.
pumpkins? I think pumpkins best serve as inspiration to drink more beer.
Oh, have you never had roasted pumpkin off the grill?
You talking about the big orange pumpkin?
No, you get the small pumpkins, put them on the grill and slow roast them.
Those are good.
Let me tell you.
Rob,
Being from the Midwest, I'm
I
surprised
sold
to tell
every
you have.
variety of pumpkin that's out there, pretty much.
I would be being from the Midwest. I would be very surprised if you told me.
Do you know what the Pumpkin Fest in Circleville is all about?
I'm just saying.
Pumpkin chunkers.
Oh,
they come from there. That's where they're from.
Why would you eat pumpkins?
Chillicote's
You eat
finest.
butternut squash.
Grow some
Acorn
pumpkins that you
squash.
can't even fit on a standard shipping pallet. Oh,
Like I said, you being from the Midwest, I would be very surprised if you didn't have
we like pumpkin.
fire roasted pumpkin.
No, I'll tell you my favorite thing about a pumpkin is scooping out all the sticky, nasty insides and throwing them at people.
Look, all pumpkins are edible. Some are better than others. Let me just say that.
Hmm?
Yeah. So good say there, Nick.
You did bring some wine today, right?
I did. So
Deadpan. You see it,
Yeah,
folks?
yeah.
Sells every time.
tonight we're going to do one of my more liked reds we have in the shop, plus definitely one of my favorite Zins we have. This is 1,000 Stories Zin. We ran this.
But we're only 11 episodes in, Rob.
Well, we ran this as a
did it happen
wine
that quick?
tasting. Last fall, actually, we did the wine tasting on this one, and we actually had by the glass for probably 6 weeks because it was so
I
popular.
think the pumpkin's a little belchy.
Yeah, the pumpkin's a little belchy.
It may not look like it, but I was rifling some rapid fires off.
Pumpkin is 7 out of 9.
7, we're doing, yeah, the Richter of belches.
God, I don't know where that came from. I'm sitting here. Still delicious.
Yeah, I'm putting signal fire down to quench my belch. Yeah, it's really helping.
So here we go with the 1,000 Stories. This is a Zin. The big thing with this Zin is this is bourbon barrel aged.
Oh God.
So we get smoky.
Okay, I do recall our tasting. This was one of my first wine tastes.
The one thing about the smoke on this though, most Zins are fairly spicy.
Oh yeah, black pepper is notorious.
The smoke knocks the spice down. This rounds out the wine a lot.
Like smoked barbecue.
Good call. It's
Really
really
was good. These burn ends.
Are you just saying burnt ends like every day because you just found out what that term means?
No,
Okay.
I'm from the Midwest.
All right.
So what do you know about burn ends?
I know where cows come from. The ones worth eating. It's not on the streets of Italy, I'll tell you that.
Nice fruit on this.
I just want to smell it.
I'm not getting as much smoke on the nose as I did.
I feel like the
before.
color is just like inviting me to play with this wine. Like I want to see what this color is.
Really
Purples and reds.
purple, violet.
Deep.
I get a little bit of the oak, not like a whole.
It's got a friendly fruit tone right on the nose, but it fades right into that oak and smoke. Like I'm already getting the smoke on the nose.
But it's not as predominant as it was.
Josh is wishing he got more nose on that before it hit the palate.
This is actually the same, not the same batch, but the same vintage that we had last for the wine tasting, and I'm not getting as much smoke as I did from the 2016 last fall.
Like I said,
early spring.
I'm getting a hint on the nose.
I'll
Just
tell you
something to
what,
tell me.
It tastes a lot better when you let it hit your tongue first before it hits
You
your
inhale
tongue.
it? Yeah, never inhale wine first.
You guys know that trick?
Oh, Dragon Master came in.
Air
He says
through your
hello,
teeth.
and he's got 3 somethings there. I don't know.
He's drinking 3 Sprites. Wait, you must be jacked, dude. You drank 3 Sprites? Oh, man. Just the smell on this thing. It's crawling out of my glass. Like, I stick my nose
It's a lot
in,
more
it's
mellow
like
than
stuck to my nose. It's following it right out.
But it comes in the back.
That smoke rounded out that the spiciness that is normally there with the Zin.
It doesn't even really drink like a normal Zin.
No, it doesn't. It like I said, that spicy pepper is gone.
It's like a Zin that drinks like a cab, but still tastes like a Zin.
People wonder, why am I sniffing and sniffing and sniffing, especially a wine like this. Josh experienced it. You get your nose to get a feel for this wine. It tells you when it's time to take that sip.
Oh yeah, no, I ignored my nose. That's what happened right there, people. Don't ignore your nose. Like, listen to your nose.
I have people. They ask for a glass of wine, and this has happened. Countless restaurants I've seen. Someone grabs a bottle of wine, the one they're serving, that has been serving. They pour that glass, and he goes, "Oh, I think your wine is turned." You think, how can that happen? I just poured a glass a little bit ago. You're serving. You don't know how long it's been. You take a look at that wine, and sure enough, you're like, "Oh my God, it's turned." And it's like that customer's not offended. They just use their nose. They know wine. They know that moment when the wine they love is not the same. Follow your nose.
60% of the time, you could probably use that as an excuse to get a different glass of wine.
Hey, our producer Matt just came in to turn the open sign off.
Matt, you gonna make a cameo?
The office is.
That being said,
No.
come on.
Alright, so you'll see.
He's the
Matt.
Twitch Master 5000.
He's
He's
camera
got
shy.
other handles.
Voice alone for Matt.
Matt, that guy's got he's got 24 hours gaming straight. The challenge is, can he make it to 48 hours straight gaming? It's all going to be on Twitch Live. If he's friendly enough, he'll come in and do a promo for it.
I will be his compatriot.
Oh, yeah. Hey, do you know the handle? Do you know where they can find this?
Mr. Laugh-On.
Mr. Laugh On. Okay. You check him out. I think this coming Friday is overnight Saturday.
I think it's like Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit on Saturday. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And supposedly they want to get an old guy playing games on Twitch, and Matt's been talking to me about
It's
it.
rumored that I might tap in a little bit for this session.
I haven't played a video game.
It's
in
rumored. I've heard there's
25 years.
councils with multiple player positions that would allow for such.
It's not like we're trying to create a second show called What Are You Playing Now?
Spin-offs, totally welcome. And by the way, we've already taken the .com on that one.
Do it, Matt, now. Dragon Master wants Matt to do something now. I don't know. Maybe play 24 hours straight. I don't know. He can't start now. He's got to work.
We gotta let him close the shop first.
Anyway,
I
back to the wine.
digressed.
Back to the wine.
Can I tell you where I left off on this? I know exactly where I left off. We were talking about what cut of meat. Know your cuts of meat. Lamb. Lamb and
about me?
goat cheese with parsley. That's what I'm having with this. Some new potatoes with like a mushroom gravy. Dropping dead every time.
It's
No,
like
you're wrong.
I'm wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong.
It feels
Not
like the
more
deleted scenes
rosemary?
from James and the Giant Peach or something.
We'll cut that on the YouTube. I was wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
No, you're
No.
not buying it.
No.
What duck? Confit.
No, what I want with this, I would want tongue. I would want some beef tongue.
I have Rob with the duck confit.
I was thinking
That's where I was getting the lamb, the beef tongue.
Josh tongue. Yeah.
I was at a taco cart once where I had a funnel cup of wine, right? And I'm holding a beef tongue taco in one hand and a goat taco in the other. Like,
Wait a minute. You had a funnel cup of wine,
it spilled on the goat taco, not the beef tongue.
beef tongue taco, and then goat.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
funnel cup of wine, cupping the taco like this.
Does he
and
not
he's got the other
understand?
taco.
Yeah. Which
Or funnel cup of wine, taco and taco, and...
Food cart world, man.
Have you never bought too much stuff in a festival? And then realized, like, well, what am I going to do now?
That's
Where's
what I'm
my mom? I was going to put this on my
Here, hold this. Here, hold this. I got to eat this first.
Yeah.
So, what food would I like with? No, I don't. The reason I say no to the lamb, and I'm always thinking also with lamb mint. I think that's a little too.
I said parsley.
I know you said parsley. Parsley's
He
very.
wants the mint jelly. Of
Parsley's
the thing.
very.
I think lamb would be a little bit too overpowering for this.
I think
Just
lamb's
too
too
gamey.
spicy.
Because the smoke's taken back on where lamb would traditionally fit with Zin.
Now that I would agree with you. Traditionally, lamb would go as in because they would complement each other. I think this dish or this wine definitely not lamb.
Tongue would be good though.
Tongue's a little
But
soft.
tongue's one of the, it's a weird one, you know. People get weird about eating something
Soup.
tongue.
Tongue soup. That's the way. I mean, let's play with it.
I'm just saying. I never
soup.
figured
That oxtail soup.
oxtail. I was gonna say oxtail would be great with this right here. Man.
So basically, inedible
Very
meats
fat
cooked
and-
into
and
stews is where you're at with this wine.
You know, why don't we just stick to drinking this one?
Because
sans
what did I do
food?
with duck confit? And I was thinking, that foie gras pate Josh has been working on.
What is wrong with drinking wine and eating offal?
So basically, 1,000 Stories is like, we might get some food out. It's definitely going to be served cold. It's probably going to be like crushed up meat in no recognizable form.
How about just a
Liquefied
cheese
meat.
tray?
Yeah.
Dude, cheese tray would be great with this. You know what would actually
What
be good with
cheeses
this?
would hit?
A ribeye wouldn't hit the spot with this. You get that
Greasy
rich
meat.
fat. I mean,
I
not
like the
heavily
fat.
seasoned, you know.
I'll go with Gouda on this.
Smoke, some throw smoke at smoke.
Smoked Gouda
A
would
smoked Gouda or
smoked
non-smoked?
would be-
Okay.
I think a light smoked Gouda, not a heavily smoked Gouda, but a light one would be
Not
good.
the red, like the light orange.
I'm thinking, a nice, soft, creamy cheese.
I
I think
still
Gruyere
think
might
goats.
not be the worst with it.
I think some
it would
cheddar
cut
could
tannins
fit right
out.
with this.
It's not very
I wouldn't
tangy.
be opposed to goat cheese.
So
Some
goat
sort.
cheese would be-
skip the lamb, just go straight to the goat cheese with parsley and olive oil.
How about Limburger red onion?
Garlic? What is garlic going to do with this wine?
The problem is the aroma, but the flavor of Limburger would be good with it.
I kind of get, the
Limburger is
smokiness,
so
I feel
mild.
like it go good with roasted garlic.
How about that dragon mustard seed we had?
That would probably be really good.
Roasted
That was some of the best
garlic
cheese I've ever had.
anchovy,
Mustard and
salad,
cheese together is
mustard
delicious.
greens.
Goat cheese salad, did you say that?
With the arugula.
With pears and
and
arugula, and the candy.
See where we
the
get
candy
some
walnuts.
spicy greens, some earthiness
And
with spice.
yeah, I
Even
think
just
Nick
parsley
might
and
be a little
salad.
hungry. I think Nick might just be a tad.
This is
I
actually
did eat Italian.
this is
before,
actually the
meatball
part of the
sauce.
show where we all diverge to getting into food.
I think
we end up
devolve
making
is a better way.
devolve, yeah, and we end up making ourselves hungry and we start talking about more and more food.
Yeah,
But you know,
I do like this part of the show.
I really think a goat cheese salad with pears and your arugula is the base, and then the
So don't even serve it
candy
crisp.
walnuts.
Just like turn the arugula right in, fresh, right in, crush it right in. So you're eating it, thick. This is not, and it gets bread on crackers.
Dude, what if you made a
crostinis.
pesto out of arugula instead of basil?
Yeah.
And some
Yeah.
pine nuts, arugula and pine nuts made a
We
nice
could even-
peppery
What if we
like
just did
pesto.
toasted sesame instead of the
I mean, it's
pine?
technically not pesto at that
because you
point.
can't do pine nuts.
I can, but I'm just saying. What if you do toasted sesame and garlic and roasted garlic? Just really work the sweet little dash would be nice.
I always have to ask Nick because Nick
I,
has
I think the
Nick has
sweetness
so
of
many,
roasted garlic would really tie this in. And I know we've talked ourselves in a loop over this. And those who don't know a simple recipe for roasted garlic, you take one
clove
whole,
garlic,
like
chop off the top, put it in the
clove,
oven.
and you put it. Don't even mess with the oven. Get your toaster oven
Toaster
ready.
oven.
You do it for like no more than 250, and you want to do it at least like 20 minutes. It's even gonna make your kitchen smell better.
Oh, you know what I like to
The
do?
longer you make it go, the oranger that garlic gets, the sweeter it's gonna get. Once it goes black, it becomes stomach charcoal.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take two heads of garlic, cut them both in half,
Mm-hmm.
drop them in a pot full of oil, oven proof pot. Very important. Make sure your pot can go in the oven. Not like the handle doesn't melt.
Quart of oil,
And then you throw it in at low temp.
4 halves of garlic.
Yeah, four halves of
Not
garlic. Fill,
skin and all.
like just a small pot. Like I'm not dealing with any specific
Skin
measurements.
and all. Like a Dutch
You're
pot.
floating the garlic.
Yeah, floating it in the oil, and you throw it in there.
So Dutch oven, float garlic in oil.
You can either put the lid on, or you can wrap it with aluminum foil, and you throw it in at about 250 until it's done.
Does the skin just fall off the garlic?
Absolutely, yeah. You squish the skin off, and then you can pull it out for the roasted garlic itself because it's kind of garlic's confit is what I would call it.
Garlic confit. See, we're back to the confit. So here's the thing.
You get the principles of roasted garlic, and you also get garlic oil, and you can just throw it through.
Speaking of wine lights, by the way, I brought it up with the Allagash 2 lights earlier.
Who's bringing duck confit?
This has got really nice, clean, even balanced legs. They're not huge, they're not giant, but
If I make duck confit, I'm not bringing it anywhere. I won't get out.
you won't drive out. You won't leave the house for a week if you eat duck confit.
If I make duck confit, I won't get out. I won't leave the house.
I think the week the recipe was invented, Louis XIV died.
Yeah.
That was actually how the Bolsheviks took over.
They didn't know why, but that was probably
They
the
fried
first
a duck in its own
case
fat, and they were like, eat!
of hardened arteries.
Oh my god! If you've never eaten duck confit, you should.
And follow it up, like for an appetizer, make sure to get the foie gras pate.
But know that once you eat duck confit, food will never taste the same again.
No coming back.
Nope. That and foie gras. If you actually eat a slice of a toasted baguette with a little smear of foie gras
Catch
on
an
it
episode of Hannibal.
and top it with duck confit, you will die.
You know, anytime that you cook something in duck confit, it's just amazing.
But you never throw the fat away. You can literally cook anything in it, and it's delicious.
That's why I said if I make duck
Is
confit,
that
I would leave the house. I would.
So really good Chinese food. They're frying the duck fat, and that's why it tastes so
Yeah,
good.
Peking duck, dude. Well, duck is the duck is the ultimate bird to eat. Quail's pretty good. Duck is far better. 'Cause
So-
you get more, and it's fatty. Oh my god.
Are you telling me that's not what they did at Bob Chin's Grab House?
No, Peking duck, man. The best part about that is when you roast the duck, it's like you collect
Is
all the
that the
trimmings.
Christmas Story place? Did I get that right?
This guy's good. This guy's real good. Clark, hey, listen. I want to know, what are you drinking now? So we've had the chat up. It goes live, but I also got people. They're not ready to watch right away. They're still pouring the drink. They're checking us out in a half hour or whatever on YouTube. Comment on those
That's about how
boards
long it
as
takes
well,
to load.
because this same video that I'm twitching you right now live is going to be posted for posterity. Hopefully not my posterity.
If anybody wants to
Our
buy us
collective
Bucktail on a
posterities.
real note,
But leave us some positive comments. Tell us what you were drinking now.
If you guys
Have
want
you
to
tried
buy
this
some
series?
duck fat and bring it on up to the shop please put it in a Ziploc bag.
Or you
Also,
can bring
the
it in
food,
a can.
you
If
can
you buy
use
one of the
food.
canned ones, the
Bring
regular
it
duck
by.
fat would be nice.
Just
but-
pretty much anyone who can bring food here in the next 15 minutes, we're looking at you here.
Here's looking at you.
Yeah. But I think between Josh and I think Nick's got a few skills in the kitchen. I think that we could probably
Nick is
whip up
surprised.
some-
Nick is
Nick
surprised.
must be
we
hungry.
probably could whip some stuff up. Anyways, thank you for joining us tonight. That's episode 11 of What Are You Drinking Now at the Office? And we'll be back next week with 2 new beers, 1 new wine. We didn't do the thumbs up yet, so let's start with the Allagash, the two lights.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
1 thumbs for me,
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that one.
I'm gonna
I'm
give it
giving
a
that one to him.
Two.
And then we're moving on to the 1,000 Stories. I'm going to give that just
That's
one.
red wine I can drink.
I'm gonna give it 1.5.
This is
Like, I
definitely
like it. This is not the one I remembered.
This is same with me. It's the same vintage, so it's aged a little in the bottle. I think this is going to be more approachable to the feminine audience.
I think
I
it's
think
better.
it left it on the table. Oh, now you know why I'm
Okay.
hungry.
And on that note, we're gone. Have a good week, everybody.